All right, guys, another episode of the Producer Fury podcast. I don't know what episode 4, 5, 6. I don't know. We're just going crazy right now. My name is Esteban. If you don't know who I am, I'm a mentor. I help producers find clients and reach out to artists. Today, I'm speaking with Yaya, aka Rogue Beats. I'll let him introduce himself. Introduce yourself, bro. Take it away and tell them a little bit about yourself as well.
Yeah, it was good. My name is Rogue Beats. I'm from Washington State. Producer. I've been doing this for about 3, 4 years. Happy to be here, of course. Just hit 1 million streams, so that's pretty nice. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, let's just start from there, bro. Talk about your journey. You said 1 million streams, but let's start from the beginning. When did you officially start producing?
So around 2020, I actually wanted to be a rapper when I first started, and I was like, okay, let me just make my own beats. I'm 13. I don't have any money to buy beats, so I'm like, let me just make my own. I wasn't that good, but the time I fell in love with just making beats, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I just kept doing that. And then eventually I was like, what if I just made beats and just didn't rap? And then that was like, okay, let me just keep making beats. And maybe for around 2, 3 years or so, I kept, just grinding. I'll keep it a buck. I was really bad for a long time. It took me a while for my music to even really be listenable or usable for an artist to use.
Yeah, man. I mean,
yeah,
shit, bro.
now for the past
Everybody's
2 years,
bad at first. Got you.
I've seen
Yeah, for
people
sure.
get good so quick. I've been bad for so long, and then I see someone get good in 6 months. I'm like, yo, what? I've been at this for 3 years, and I wish I was making beats like you.
Easy to say though, but I mean, you think about it. Maybe those people that got good in 6 months didn't hit 1 million streams by the time you hit it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to
like
compare or anything, but I see your
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. But it's like a give and take. You can get extremely
Yeah,
good fast, but that doesn't guarantee your journey and where it's
yeah.
gonna be. You know what I'm
I was never
saying?
jealous. I was just like, damn, this guy got really good fast, and I'm
A
still here
hundred
trying to figure
percent.
out how to make a drill beat.
Yeah. So talk about the journey starting from 13. You said it took you a while to get good. How long would you say it officially? How many years do you think
I would
officially
say
took you?
maybe 4 years. Okay, of course we always feel like we're bad. We looked the year before, no, I was garbage last year. But I would say really 3, 4 years. So 2024, then people would actually use my stuff. People would pay me for my beats. Would be okay with giving the money that they worked for the music I made. Before I would send someone beats, they would never text me again, and which makes sense. The beat was not good. I probably lost some good opportunities because of that. But yeah, so maybe around 2024, I had people actually want to work with me.
Got you. So, I mean, so then talk about that process. When you actually started selling beats, how does it work? Do artists usually reach out to you, or do you reach out to artists? And what is
hmm
that process like for
I would
you?
say more recently, I've had people reach out to me. I was
Mhm.
kind of surprised at first. I'm like, wait, why are they reaching out to me? I've been reaching out. I've been the one reaching out forever. And I think it just comes as as you build your page more, then
Mhm.
you can start getting artists reaching to you, and you get a higher like uh percentage chance of artists replying to you. So when I started actually posting on my page, and really, it's good if you can post yourself and what you're doing. I don't do that. I want to start doing that, but I know that's an amazing thing to do. You want to show personality on your beats page.
Mhm.
But uh once I started getting some sort of decent placements of artists who had some sort of impact on some sort of music scene, then people they'd see that I produce it, so they'd come DM me, be like, yo, let's work. And I've gotten some good relationships through doing that.
Yeah. So you highlighted so many important things, and I want you to talk about the process when you actually started working out with some people and you got decent placements.
hmm
What was that like for you? Were you just negotiating your splits or getting paid up front, or were you just doing everything for free?
Usually it's all at the end. So once they release it, you go and you handle it. I've had situations where I've had to do takedowns, and it's a little bit unfortunate. I'm not even strict when it comes to payment. I'm very lenient. I always say all my prices are negotiable. So if they want to negotiate down, that's fine. Uh, if they can't give up splits as much, or if they hey, I'll pay you in another month, or give me 2 months, I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna press them for it. But I've had people just straight up ignore me. They just been like, yo, I'll pay you next week. Never get a message again. So no, I'll just hit the takedown. It usually takes me a while to get to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have still stuff pending now, payments that I'm
Really?
waiting for. Yeah.
Oh wow. So what is that process like? Is it completely out of your control? Or besides I guess taking the song down, but what
It's
yeah.
somewhat in my control. Yeah. Most
Yeah.
most of the time I can get good business done, but I'm not really too stressed about it, because if they use my work without my permission, I can just take it down. But usually by then they receive a notification from Spotify, and then they reach out to me like, "Yo, man, sorry." They'll like probably say, "I didn't see your message," even though they probably saw it,
Mm,
and then they'll pay me.
yeah.
Then it's like it's all good. But so I'm
Okay,
not really
cool.
stressed about it.
Yeah, no, and I feel like a lot of art, a lot of producers really forget how important that is, especially when like artists use your work. But talk about like how the pricing has changed compared to like when you started to like where you at now,
Yeah.
and like how it increased and why. Like, what were the reasons why if somebody had to ask you?
Yeah, so when I first started, I mean, I was hungry for like anyone to just use my beats in the first place. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like for free at that point, man. So my first sale actually, and this is like pretty diabolical, was an exclusive beat for $7. Which is out of nowhere. I was like, yo, that's
No
like,
way.
I like sold my soul, bro. And he didn't even use the beat. That's the crazy thing. He didn't even use the beat. And it was two beats, by the way. Is one exclusive and then another beat that he actually used paired into a 7.99 payment. And
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean
said yes instantly.
that's basically free. Like, you know what I'm
That's
saying at
basically
that
free,
point.
bro. That's
Yeah.
not even 1 hour of work.
No. So it isn't. That's not
Like
even. That's like below minimum
that's
wage.
like 30 that's like 30 minutes like flipping burgers, and then you
Mm,
get an exclusive beat and a half. Yeah, that was pretty bad. But then I started charging $15 for like my lowest one, my lowest
mm-hmm.
option. And then this is actually the biggest thing I learned in music is you can't really figure everything out yourself. Like you can try to learn a new genre by yourself, you can try to learn pricing by yourself, but you're not going to get what you want because you always have a vision in your head of what you want, right? Which is built off of the creations of other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to go and copy someone else and then from there build your own stuff. So when I went to pricing, I went on like I was started with drill music. That's the first thing I did. I went to like Cost Fingers page, or there was another drill producer. I don't remember his name. Like Elvis Beats or like Elias Beats. These three guys, and I would just go through. I would like stalk their beat stars and like how much are they charging per beat? Okay, I'm gonna do what they're doing, but of course I'm not as big as them, so I'm gonna charge a little bit less. And
Yeah.
as I progressively got better, I understood. Hey, sometimes having charging more for beats makes people buy more because if you charge so low, they think it's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
As I
No, I
kind of got
agree.
better, yeah, I just moved my prices up a little bit, made them more reasonable, so they can match, all budgets. So I have a kind of a set lease for every type of budget.
Hmm. No, yeah, that's smart. Basically, like in like a nutshell, like in sales terms, like you just looked at the market and compared and just like
Yeah,
went with that. You know what
I
I'm
do that even
saying?
with beats. When I learn a new genre, I just like copy. I literally just copy a beat, and then okay, once I've got it, then I'm able to like make my own version of the style and uh like I don't know how to explain it. Like figure out how the genre works, and then now
Yeah.
I can do it myself and without copying, with just through my head.
So how long would you say you grinded it out and was giving music out for free until you got to the point where you were bringing a stable amount of income in for yourself? Like how long was that grind for?
But it's still the grind now. Like even now, I could still be doing more uh,
Mm,
to bring a stable income. I'd say I'm able to bring stable like placements and able to get work done. But like even then, bro, like getting paid takes a while. So
mm.
I think to make a good income from it was still going to take me a little bit of time to figure that out. Figure that out. I think that there's
Uh,
definitely more I could do. I have so much
yeah.
stuff I'm trying to get done at the same time, but
No, no,
it's definitely
and
doable.
like
You could do it in a year if you really wanted
I
to. You
agree.
could make a lot of good money. Grind it out for a year. I mean, I'm still what like 19. I've been on and off in music sometimes. Like make music locked in for a month and then stop and then go back in.
So then talk about that reality. Like you mentioned you had like a million streams and
Yeah,
then you're still trying to like figure the game out for yourself. So I mean how does that feel? Because I feel like that feels like being a famous actor. Like let's say you're an A-list actor and you're still
yeah.
broke. Like you're in a famous movie and
I mean,
everybody
I didn't
knows
even
you.
think. Oh, I just saw it. Like I don't know. I kind of had more fun. I was more happy when I sold the $7.99 exclusive than when I got a million streams. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm a
No.
million streams. I don't know what it is. I just like I kind of knew putting in this much time and effort would get me there eventually. And I had envisioned it so many times getting a million streams. I don't think you even know, bro. Like when I'm showering, as I'm getting dressed for school, I'm like, I will get a million streams. So then I already believed it would just happen. I was like, if I keep doing it over and over, it's going to happen. Like it can't not happen. Like I have to keep working so that it's unreasonable for it to like not happen. So when I got it, I was like, okay, this makes sense. But what else more can I keep doing? Like I haven't gotten my goals yet. Yeah.
So how did you get the million? Was it from one single or multiple singles or a project?
So everything I've ever worked on. So I've done cover art. I do
Okay.
cover art. streams for those. You don't really have to count those if you don't want to count them. That's still, I think 700,000 for me still.
Still
So,
super
but
crazy.
so my own music and beats I produced, and then I have my own releases on Spotify, which those did the best for me. Which is kind of funny. So my own music that I released did the best for me than music that I got placements for.
Yeah.
So that's probably totaling. Actually, no, it's probably 1 million by now if you count it. Wait, yeah, I think so. So I think including cover art, maybe 1.3 mil without the cover art
Okay.
that I've done, maybe like 900,000 on 1 million. Yeah.
You touched on two good topics, and I want to talk about both of them.
Yeah.
So I'll save one of those questions for later. But the easiest question was cover art. How important? And every time I talk to producers, like when I teach them how to sell, I always tell them you're gonna sell more than beats. Like you have to stack your offers, like
Hmm.
beats, mix and master, cover art. If you can
Yeah.
do edit lyric videos, vocal chains. So talk about that. Like talk about having multiple skill sets and offering that with your beats, and talk about how
You
that's
can
helped
offer
you.
it with your beats for sure. That's a really good
Hmm.
idea. I
Yeah.
never pair them together very often.
Wow.
I've,
Okay.
but what I do is I use that idea of building cover art to get artist contact information and send them beats. So a lot of times I'll be like, hey, they'll post on the story, hey, I need cover art quickly. Not a lot of people can make decent cover art. I think I'm not trying to like flex, but I feel like I can make pretty good cover art, and I've had people pay me for it, so I feel pretty confident in my skills in doing it. And you'd be like, hey, I got you. They'll be like, oh, okay, perfect. You send them, they like it. Then you get their number. Then from there you can send them beats. I think it's one of the best ways to get contact information of any artist you want. At least as long as they're not like huge, then they have their own designer. But as long as they're uh, decently sized. Actually, yo, I did that part out. That was looking gay.
Okay.
Decently sized is crazy.
Okay.
Yo,
We might stay.
yo,
We
no
might
homo,
stay.
bro.
We might
No
have the
homo.
bloopers, bro.
That's a
We
good
might
blooper.
have the
That's a good
bloopers.
blooper. That's a good blooper.
But
Yo, make sure they know it's a blooper.
yo, so talk to me about like because you basically said you don't pair like your features together like what you offer but that's like your leverage of like getting your foot
That
in the
that
door.
that would be a good idea. I need to start doing that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of more work I could be doing with music. I think the reason
Well,
it took me a while is because I
mhm.
kind of like didn't take it so serious for a long time, and I kind of just
did
did it here and there.
did you start taking it serious like when you hit like 700,000 streams or
It
like
wasn't even
when
this change, just maybe like a year ago when people actually wanted to work with me. I was like, okay, maybe like
okay.
let me start actually doing it a little bit more. Even now, there's definitely more I could be doing.
Got you. So then talk about what are your plans now? Like you were talking about being in the shower, like envisioning like a million, like getting a million streams. So like, what are you trying to envision now, like for the future, and what's your goals really?
I think just being able to. I think the goal is to be able to make some sort of stable income from it.
Hmm.
Like I'm still in school and everything, and I hope to like get a job with my degree and all that. But if I can have that as also a side income, that would be great. To a
Yeah,
college student, $3,000 a lot without going to a job is pretty good.
yeah,
So if you're able to make an extra 3,000 a month, uh, on something you're already good at that you like, I mean that's amazing if you think about it, especially in this economy, and you have a job on top of that that can help a lot. And also, it's something that's very scalable. So let's say you're like, okay, my goal is to make 3,000 a month. Okay, you hit that, great. Now you can just keep pushing for more. You're like, okay, I saw that I'm able to do this once. Can I make 6,000? How can I make 10,000? How can I put myself in better spaces, in better rooms, to get more opportunities? So not only it's something that can be a side hustle and it can be a full time job too. That's what I really love about this.
yeah. So that's crazy. So like, I kind of already know where you're going to school for, but like, let the people know like what you're going to school for, and then at the same time like what you're doing on the side, which is making beats.
Yeah, so I go to University of Washington for political science. So I'm
Nice.
hoping to maybe go into law or go into some other sort of profession regarding policy and politics.
Nice. So
Yeah.
I was actually flabbergasted when you told me that because I just feel like they're so different. Like
Yeah.
one is so creative and the other is so like strict, I think, disciplined, like
Yes,
serious,
yes.
basically. So
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
guess like is it hard to balance both of those for you or how does that work?
Actually, I think with politics you can be really creative. I think it's all about thinking,
Mm,
hey, what is my opinion on this, and how can I, especially when it comes to law, how can I convince the other side or the people judging to believe what I'm saying? So whether you want to, like, I'm not sure whether I want to go specifically into law or not, but either way, there's a lot of debate and opinion based discussion, and I think that you have to be creative when it comes to that, right? You can't know all the numbers and all the stats on top of your head, and I think I think I'm more of a creative minded person. I'm not. I hate numbers, and I did all my math right away. As soon as I could do it, so I don't have to do it again. I'm like, I'm not doing this again for the rest of my life. Get this out of here. So yeah, I think it's. What was your question again?
Real quick, I want to take a brief pause from the episode to share something that can genuinely help you if you're a producer. Most producers spend hours scrolling through Spotify or Instagram trying to find artists that match their sound. The problem is that most of the time, you're searching blindly and hoping you come across the right fit. That's where Producer Fury comes in. Producer Fury's Finder tool helps you discover artists in your specific niche based on how they sound. You can also filter artists by Spotify monthly listeners and Instagram followers, making it easy to find artists that fit the exact stage of growth you're looking to work with. Check out Producer Fury for yourself. Click the link in the description and use promo code ESTE407 to get 20% off your membership. Now back to the episode. Just how
I was
you
looking
balance
yapping.
both, like being a
How I
producer and
balance
then
was.
wanting to be in law.
I don't know. I think they just both make sense to me, and I'm both interested in them. So I think it's really
Yeah.
important to get involved in something you're interested in. I'm interested in politics, so I'm able to do it and enjoy it. Of course, there's parts I don't like, and I'm interested in making. I mean, I wouldn't have done beats for 5 years if I didn't like it. Like,
Yeah.
I generally just do it because I like it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think you need to be able to enjoy it, and or if you don't enjoy it, you're gonna have to learn to enjoy it if you really want to be successful at it.
Yeah.
You need to be able to have good time management, and my time management is kind of garbage. It's kind of shit, but
Yeah.
we're still trying to we're still trying to get it to a better spot because if you're able to manage your time well, you can get a lot more work done and provide yourself with a lot more opportunities.
1000%. So, and I kind of want to ask a personal question here. Like we mentioned, like yeah, if I can get the beats to like $3,000, and after I graduate with
It's
my
definitely
political
doable.
science
Yeah,
degree, then obviously I would take a full-time job doing that and do the beats on the side. I mean, I think most producers they just
hmm
want to do producing full time. So I'm just curious, like, what would is it just like, do you have that much passion for the political science
it's not that
degree?
much passion. Is that I see it as more of a hey, if I there's already a layout for that job, right? Of course, you have to put in the work. It's not easy,
Yeah,
but there's already a layout. Now, I'm not opposed to working hard on. I think you can do two things at once. Everyone's always saying, "Oh no, you have to keep these as a side hustle." But why can I work like I can't be a how do I say this? Like you can't be a bum living in your parents' house forever. Like saying, "Oh no, I'm just making beats." Like one most people who become very successful in one way or another, they have to work and do their passion at once. I feel like almost every entrepreneur we see, they're like, "Yeah, I would go to my day job and then I'd come home and work on that." So that's kind of how I see it. And I was like, "Hey, let me at least pick a day job that I'm gonna enjoy." So if this doesn't work out, I can still make beats because I like making beats in general, right? So I'll find a way to do
yeah,
it. I almost know for a fact if I really put my heart into it, I can make it work.
yeah. No, yeah, dude, I agree. Like, I 100% agree. And I don't even necessarily see what you're saying as like a plan B. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just see it as like this is something that I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just part of like what I want. And that's interesting. So I kind of want to like switch gears back to you talking about people reaching out to you. How long? Or actually, do you still reach out to people now, even though people reach out to you? And okay, so break down that process. Like, how are you reaching out to them? Like, what are you saying? How are you getting your foot in the door?
Yeah, so you always got to go on these like pages. Like if you're trying to make like West Coast beats, you're on
Yeah.
like what's it called? Thizzler. I forgot the name of it. There's like these pages. They have like NYC Drill Official, Queens Drill Official, or like some UK rap pages, whatever you're going for. And you gotta stalk those pages, find the artists, DM them. That's if you want to go for like more like lower range artists, so maybe under 100K. That's the way to go. You want to comment on their video and send them a DM. Keep a short DM, like 2 sentences max. Like don't go to three. Like yo, I like your music. Let's work. That usually does the job for me. I know this sounds basic and generic, but like usually it gets me some good opportunities. You can go more in depth and make it more personal. That's also great. Leaving 2 comments, like put some fire emojis, be like, hey, sent you a DM, let's lock in. Usually they'll see that too. That's opened up some good opportunities. And the last way is you tag them in your stories. A lot of times they'll view stories that they're tagged in. And some of my biggest upcoming placements, hopefully they get released soon, bro. That would like add another 500,000 streams if they release it.
Really?
That would be good, yeah. Because we have one thing that's not even released yet, and there's a few people DMing me about it, like about like the beat, like yo, I need
Yeah.
to just listen to just the beat, like I really want to listen to this.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah, like I need him to release this soon. And actually got in contact with this artist to like just mentioning him in my story. Like I just put like a blank story, put text and be like, yo, at the artist's name. Let's lock in, send me your number, I got beats for you.
What?
Yeah.
So you didn't even like put like a beat in the background or nothing like that. Like, oh,
No,
I can hear
I
you
think I have
on
stuff in
this.
my page I'm pretty confident in. So I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah,
yeah, you
okay,
can
that
always
makes
check it out.
sense.
Maybe a B in the back would have been smart, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But no, it's smart. Like I tell people this, especially when I work with producers. Like reaching out is so important. But if like your content, if like your page isn't up to par with like the quality of either the content or the beats, people are not going to answer you as much. You know,
Yeah,
you get way
exactly as
more
much.
replies if your content is good. Like you know what I'm saying. So I mean, in your opinion, what's more important, the content or the outreach?
I really haven't done too much content, but I think the only reason I'm looking to get started into it, I'm thinking of making like beat videos and tutorials and stuff like that, or like just any sort of video to show who I am and the process of me making beats. I think that will actually get me more opportunities. Every producer I've ever looked up to says that, so I mean I pretty much believe it then. And well, I mean when I do post more, I get more opportunities. So when I'm posting not even myself, just plain beats and like videos of a rap video, that's getting me some like more people. It makes me look more trustworthy. Just because when you're asking with someone's number, they're like, okay, wait a second. Like, it's normal to me now, but when I first started, a rapper said, hey, send me your number. I'm like, yo, what? Like, this is my personal number. Like, I don't send this to everyone. But, and then that's also rappers. Artists are also, you gotta think they're also, damn, I said also like 3 times. But you're gonna have so many bloopers. They're also people. So when you ask them for this personal information, you gotta like ask for a number. They're like, oh, send me your number. I'm gonna send you these. Like, you gotta be a normal person. Show stuff on your page. If you go with them no profile picture, asking them for their number, they're gonna think you're a Fed or something. Like, yo,
Yo.
like, like, what are we doing? You're a producer. Show that you're a producer. I want to know who's gonna take my number and text
Right.
me.
Yeah, you know what? And you know it's funny, like a lot of producers put their logo in their profile picture, and I'm like, bro, put your face. People trust a face more than they do a
Bro, I was
logo.
talking about me.
Oh, really? Do you have a logo? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I'm talking
No.
about you, bro. Put your face,
Yeah.
bro. You'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised. Like you might have
No.
like, or more people might respond, or
No,
more
you're
people
right. You're
might
actually
be,
really right.
yeah, you know what
I
I
agree
mean?
with you.
Like,
I was thinking about. I'm like, okay, I need to get a new picture for like.
nah, you're funny.
Not
You're
the
funny.
You're
I
right,
didn't mean
bro.
to accidentally call you out like that. My
No,
bad.
you're good. You're good. It's funny, bro. You're gonna have some good bloopers, bro. Just
Yeah.
it's clip farming.
Yo. So, talk to me just about I mean, I don't know if you can. Can you talk about your future placements or who those placements are going to be with?
I think so. Yeah. I don't. Here, let me look at my phone. Actually, everything's
Okay.
kind of. I have all my placements on my phone. I think the bigger opportunities right now I have are. Well, I'm looking all over the place with placements. Like I have a new placement in the UK coming up. It's like a new genre. It's called UK Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think the artist's name is A100. So he's
Nice.
pretty decent.
Fire.
The scene's still pretty like small. It's kind of within only the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have some Philly drill placements coming up with artists. It's like one Mir. He's doing pretty well on Spotify and all that. So I'm excited for this to come out and hopefully I get some more stuff in my catalog to show off and get some more people responding to me. The one Mir guy from his placement, I got a lot of people reaching out to me.
Nice.
Because he posted like a snippet of our thing, and I think that got maybe like 100,000 or so views. And I just commented on like, hey, this is
What?
produced by me. So a lot of people responded and
Oh,
were like, hey, like, can I get this beat? And I mean I've gotten like four new relationships of artists
wow.
who are wanting to work with me and eventually pay for the beats that they're going to use.
No, okay, so let's talk about that. That's super important. So I was gonna ask, like, did he at you or something like that?
He didn't add me.
So
I
like,
just commented myself, and then I did.
right.
You gotta. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if anyone's watching this, the producer, like, you gotta go so far to put yourself out there. Like, even if it feels like ridiculous. Like, I liked my own comment where I said this is produced by me on like on any other account. I got my friend,
You're funny.
my family. Get one on their phone. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna like this because I need my comment to be on the top. I need everyone to know I produce this. So they can come out to me. Like, I don't care what I have to do. So once I got like 6, 7, like, okay, damn, that wasn't even on purpose. Bro.
Nah, you're good.
6 was crazy. But once I got like 8, 9, 10 likes, it boosted it to the top, so everyone else would automatically like it. They're like, oh, this is the top comment. I don't know if they're like NPCs, but they just went along and liked it because it was a top comment. That moves my
Nah,
comment
well,
up.
they probably thought the beat was tough. So like,
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
So it's like,
Whatever
but
reason.
see, And that's the thing. Like you said, I don't care what I have to do. I'll do whatever. Like I go use my mom's phone, my sister's phone, my
I'll
brother's
I'll
phone.
almost do whatever. I'll almost do whatever. I
Oh,
won't do
you know what I mean?
anything.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, bro, like you know what's crazy? Like I was talking to a producer, and
Yeah.
I was just telling him like, hey, text everyone. How many people? How many contacts do you have in your phone? He's like, I have over 100 easily. I'm like, bro, text everyone you know and ask if they know anybody that needs a beat. You'd be so surprised. You'd be so surprised. Like, hey, I'm a producer. Do you know any artists by any chance? Bro, it's gonna be somebody's cousin, somebody's
You know what's the
nephew,
smartest thing to
somebody's
do?
what?
Text other artists. That's what I do. I
Yo.
just text artists that I know. I'm like, yo, do you know? That's how I get some of my placements. I'm like, yo, can you send out some beats for me? They'll be like, yeah, and they might have a connection to a big artist that like that wouldn't have gone otherwise. Those are the number one. I feel like people don't do it enough. If you know an artist,
hmm
they know other artists who know other artists who know other artists, and it keeps going, right?
Exactly.
They might know a
Exactly.
manager of someone. Those are the people
Exactly.
you need to take time to build a relationship with.
hmm
Uh, just be friends with them. Just be a normal person. I know a lot of producers spend a lot of time by themselves in their room making beats, but you need to like even me. Like I'm someone who does this sometimes. I like staying home sometimes, but you're gonna have to make friends with these artists. And most of them are it's just people. You gotta stop viewing them as just like a customer or a client.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
you can help them with music. They can send out beats for you to opportunities you wouldn't have had otherwise. Uh, yeah, that's my main point I had.
No, you're right. And you know what? You know what's funny? Like when I speak to the producers I work with, the first thing I tell them, like the first phone call you ever have with the artist you speak
Hmm.
to, if y'all agree to work with each other, the very last thing you should ask before you leave that conversation is, do you know anybody you like that, you want to collab with or that needs beats or something like that? Because like you said, like
That's true.
artists know artists. And like referrals, that's called referrals. Like basically somebody referring you.
Hmm.
And people don't realize like the easiest way to get the next person you're gonna work with is talking to the current person you're working with.
Yeah,
Like, you
bro,
know what I'm
just be
saying?
a normal person, and you'll find some
Yeah,
people who you genuinely just like as people. I've gotten some good
true.
connections with artists that I'm just genuinely friends now. Like we just talk about things other than music, and that gets me opportunities in other spaces that are not music related that I'm interested in. And I think life's all about connections. I know my mom would always tell me, "Yeah, you have to go and get connections." It's super. I'm like, bro, like, I'll find the connections, or it'll come to me, but like it won't. You have to just ask people for things, and you have to keep moving forward. And uh, you know, I think we're always. I think in today's world, we're always on our phone. People don't want to ask for things. They're like, "Hey, that's weird. Like, why would I ask for something? Like, I don't want to
Yeah,
seem naggy, or I don't want to come with this person randomly." But that's actually pretty normal. Like, you got to go and ask people for favors. And these people are happy to help, and they'll ask you for something. You'll be happy to help, and just build a good relationship.
exactly. So, all right, so this begs the question. Let me ask you, what's more important, the quality of your music or your beats,
Yeah.
or your network?
Okay. Personally, I think it's the beats, but I've seen. I don't think it's the beats. I think it's the network. Like what's the word? Like logistically, I don't know, but like
Yeah.
I've seen horrible beats used by great artists, and I'm just like, damn, like the 808's out of tune. Like, yeah, what's going on, bro? Like, what is this producer doing? So I mean, yeah, I think it's the connections. I've seen a lot of horrible beats used that, like, I could have made 3 years ago better. Like,
I agree. No,
yeah,
I agree. I agree. You can have literally, or like, there is this like expression like you could be the best guitarist in the world, but that doesn't. I mean, not expression, but like an example. You could be the best guitarist in the world, but that doesn't mean you're going to be the most listened artist at all. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly, yeah,
You could be the best at what you are. Doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's going to be in tune with you. I think both are important, but networking is going to get you the farthest. Like, like
facts. I
100%.
agree.
I mean, so talk about like where you're currently at. Like, are you happy with where you're currently at as far as like
No,
your
no.
sound? No?
Oh, with my
Okay.
sound,
Yeah.
I was unhappy yesterday, but then I became happy in the middle of the day. I was trying to make these beats that are like NorCal type beats. It's like dark. It's not EBK. It's like some sort of like scene that's been there for a while. I was like trying to figure out, I'm like, bro, like what's going on? Like I'm never gonna figure this out. And then eventually I figured it out. And then I was happy. I'm like, okay, I figured out this genre. Like I can make beats in this genre that I'm happy with. So I feel like now I'm feeling pretty good about myself. But I feel like maybe next week, next month, there'll be a new genre that I can't do. And I'm like, okay, wait, I gotta figure this out. Like, how do I do this properly? But yeah.
How are you finding all these genres? Like you mentioned the genre in UK I've never even heard of. So like, are you on a page that leads you to another page that just it's like a rabbit hole or
I
like
think I've been involved in the UK scene before. So when I first made beats, I
mm,
made UK drill beats. So there was like who's some big artists? Like there was like Russ Millions. there was like Digga D, around that 2020 time. I mean, Pop Smoke's he's not from the UK, but the beats he was using were from UK producers, like 808 Mellow and these guys. I'm like, wait. So then I become a little bit obsessed with like the scene there. I'm like, wait, I got to figure out how to make these beats. These are so fire. And that was kind of bad for a while, but then I actually figured out how to make those type of beats. And then since I already had a lot of connections there from before, even when I moved to making like Detroit or like New York drill, Jersey drill, or even like what I'm doing now, I'm doing a lot more West Coast and Philly beats. I still have those connections with people in the UK, and I still work with them and make stuff in their style. So when I hear of things like UK Detroit or like UK rap and like R&B, these things still get to me. Like I still get those. What's the term? I don't know how to explain it. Like I still get when a new genre is coming out of that area. I still get the. I don't know what notification. I don't know what the word is.
You're in tune. Nah, you're just
Yeah,
in
like I'm
tune,
in
bro.
tune.
Like
Yeah,
yeah. So like your ears to the streets
yeah.
right
And
now.
so
So
if I
it's
like
something.
it, then I start
Yeah,
making those beats. Like I
yeah.
listen to a lot of music, so when I like a new style of music, I start making those beats.
So it's interesting because you're really like expandable. Like as soon as you
Mhm.
hear a new style you
Yo,
like, you focus on that. Like
yo, we started the podcast.
so, yeah, you
Yo,
threw me off. So do you think it's better? Do you think it's better to like always be adapting like that, or like having a
yeah.
niche and then getting really fucking good at that
I
one
think
niche?
I'm kind of going. I know I go on a lot of tangents, but if you're gonna go for tight beats, you need to stick to what you're gonna do, and you only post those beats on those channels. And you post every day, and you become obsessed with analytics. If that's your goal, if your goal is just to make money, you
Mm,
post tight beats. You have to become obsessive over the analytics, the title, the thumbnail, everything, and post that one beat. Keep going. If it doesn't work, then go to the next type beat and keep posting that same thing. For me, I like to kind of put my hands in a bunch of different like pots, just because I like different music scenes. Like I like UK Detroit, I like UK rap, I like EBK type beats, I like Jersey drill, like I like Detroit beats. So I'm like, okay, let me learn to make all of this, and then use Producer Fury. Yo, shout out Producer Fury, Fabian. Fire
shout
site.
out producing too.
Sort out everything I have, all my artists by the genre, everything, and then maybe every day make two beats in a certain style. So by the end of 7 days, maybe I've done 8 genres during that week. Maybe I've done like 10 different genres, and then I can send those beats out. Get placements in a lot of different what's the word? Placements in a lot of different like areas and genres. I think they're just good for you as a producer. I just like doing that. I like learning new things when it comes to music. But even if you don't, I think it's still worth doing. Because
Yeah,
it just makes your page look better. It makes you look. I mean, you are better if you can make more genres. Then you're a better version of yourself when you can do more than when you can't. So why not
I agree.
let you do more? What if a label comes to you and they want you to make a certain type of beat, or an artist? I'll have an artist be like, "Yo, can you make this type of beat?" It would be something totally different. But like, yeah, actually, I know how to make this type of beat, and that will help me retain certain artist relationships that I would have done so otherwise.
Yeah, no, and 100. Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't even look at it like from the lens of like if you're gonna be like holding down a niche, you basically have to be a fucking content creator. Like you know what I'm saying, and understanding like what that side looks like. So, you bring up producer theory. Now, I want to ask you. Well, first off, if you can just explain what producer theory is, what it does, and also
Yeah.
like how it helps you in terms of like what you just mentioned, like finding new artists and things like that.
Yeah, so Producer Fury, I originally found it because I wanted to upload beats to YouTube without like editing the whole video. Like it will like run at my hard drive if I do that. So I'm like, Fabian had this comment on Reddit that he made. He had some good marketing skills. I'm like, wait, this alternative to Tunes to Tube, that's better. And he's like, wait, there's a contact list and it can actually host your contacts on it. So I started using that. And those were my first two features that I used. I still use the YouTube uploading feature. And the contact list, I spent some time importing all my contacts into it. And it took me a while. Like I put it off forever. I'm like, I'm not trying to put 400 different contacts into Producer Fury and sort them out and put their Instagram and everything. I'm like, I'll do a little bit every day. So I found it super useful. I just select all the artists from the genre I want. I send out beats. I mean, I should probably take advantage of it more, but because most of the time I'll just send out beats like as I make them. I have found it useful. I've used it, and it helps me not only send out beats and sort my contacts, but also find new artists. The one artist who I was mentioning earlier, the one mirror guy, who me and him are pretty locked in right now. I think he has a tape coming up. Hopefully, a few of my beats are on that tape. I actually found him through Producer Fury. He was one of the suggestions that Fabian had. He had he has a certain process. I think you know what feature I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
The spot. I forgot the name of it. But it'll recommend artists similar to other artists that you like.
Exactly.
And I found him this one. I'm like, okay, this guy's good. Let me try and work with him. So it has helped me find some good opportunities. Of course, you got to do the work yourself. That's everything is like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And recently, he added an email feature. So if it can find his email, any artist you're looking to work with, sometimes it can find their email, and then boom, you can just start sending them beats right away, and it'll add it to your contact.
Nice. So talk about that process. Like, what was it like looking for artists before you were using Producer Fury?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what were you just like scrolling through Instagram? Like, how was that?
I just go through Instagram and different like rap pages, and then now with Producer Fury, I can find artists who are similar to other artists that I want certain style. I still scroll through Instagram. That still does help, but Producer Fury has a filter button. You can filter by only artists have the email in their bio. And I'll just do that, and I'll spam, and I'll listen for a few seconds, see if it's good. I like it, and boom, they're already in my contacts. I can sort them how I want, send them beats. I don't have to do any commenting and DMing them. Just get started right away.
Facts. Can you talk about like your journey in terms of like are you doing this by yourself? Do you have any help? Like, do you work with anybody?
In what regard?
Because some producers have managers. Some people, handle.
Yeah, mainly I do this all by myself. I have other producers
Gotcha.
I'll work with for fun. That's
Okay.
that's collaboration. I do have a manager. I have actually two. One of them he's kind of taking a break. The other one, he just sends out beats for me. He's been pretty helpful. He does a pretty good job. I like him. He's an artist I actually met. That's what I was saying before.
Really?
You got to make connections with the artists, and I mean, I generally like him. He's a good guy. Me and him are friends. We're close. So he was like, "Yo, I can send out beats for you. I know a lot of people who use these type of beats. Let me be your manager." I'm like, "Yo, let's do it." Okay. That's what I'm saying. You got to build connections with artists. It's like your friends want to help you, so make friends with people who are good people who can actually help you. Don't be friends with just like randoms who don't provide you with anything, just like say and do nothing. I'm not saying slime out your day ones. I'm just saying make friends who are like who you're a combination of the people around you. So put people around you who can do good.
Yeah, no. If 1 + 1 = 2, bro, it works. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So then talk about that process. Like, as far as like the opportunities, do you think producers should have managers? Do you think it's a necessity, or do you think it's something most producers can live without? Like, just in your personal opinion.
I'd say if you're, I think I can do everything on my own. My manager, he just sends out beats for me, and I go ahead and give him %. I don't mind. Some beats I don't like. I'll just send out myself, and then I don't need to give a % to anybody. I think if you really want to get good at music, you have to learn to not become stingy with money. You can like fight over percentage. And I have an issue today with an artist. It wasn't really an issue at all, but like he didn't understand how leases worked. So I'm like, okay, like it's fine, bro. Like we'll just figure out like this. Like don't worry about it. I'll waive the royalties this time. Like it's no worries. Like it's okay. So you gotta be able to like kind of like put your ego aside. A lot of times it's just gonna be a few dollars either way. Like why are we bullying each other over that? But managers can help. I think if you get really big, if you have a lot of artists reaching to you and a lot of artists that you're working with, and they're talking to labels, having someone who really understands how it works can be worth that 10-15% cut, maybe even 20 that you're going to give them. It can definitely be worth it. I'm someone who likes to know everything myself. I like to figure it all out. So, I mean, that's just me. So most of the stuff I kind of do on my own. But if I was an opportunity like that or a situation where a manager would make sense, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like, hey, yeah, you probably have connections too that I don't have because you're already involved in the space. If you can get me better deals on certain, in certain moments, then that's worth it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And for you right now, is there like any artist, like a dream artist that you'd want to work with, like any placement that you could think of, like top of your head?
I don't even know. I think some places I really want is like Skrilla. He makes like Philly drill music.
Fire, yeah.
I actually got his number. He said he liked one of my beats, so hopefully he uses it.
What?
I'd be like,
What? Okay,
he's
so
like,
talk about that. How the fuck did that even like land on your lap? Like, where does that start and how did it?
I think I had it from before, and I found it again. I found it. I forgot how I got it again, but I got his number again. I'm like, yo, is this girl? He's like, yeah. So I went ahead and sent him a bunch of beats. Like, okay, I like this one, and then I know he actually saved the beat to his phone because he sent it back to me and he said, speed this one up. So I was like, okay. I was
Oh
like,
shit.
maybe it's not Skrilla. It could be someone who's just said, yeah, I am Skrilla. I don't know, but
That could
I
be a
assume it is.
creator or
I assume it
something,
is.
yeah.
It was like the same number from before because I think he changed it. So
Mm.
I was like, okay, perfect. Like, this seems like it was probably him. So yeah, I went ahead, speeded it up. And I was like, okay, hopefully. If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to speak out over it. But that'd be a good beat placement. Maybe some sort of industry placement. I think Lil Baby would be pretty fire. Or Gunna. Maybe EBKJ would be. I mean, he's isn't he? I think he's in jail right now or some sort of
Bro,
legal
I feel
situation.
like all of New York drill is in
Yeah.
jail right now. Like all the
He's not. I think EBKJ was like West Coast, but yeah, I know your point.
Oh, okay,
They're-
okay,
all,
okay.
all the drill rappers are in jail. You're
Yeah.
right. What was my point though? What was I gonna say? But yeah, those would be some cool opportunities. I don't really think about it too much. I just think, okay, as I get more opportunities, I will get more opportunities. I don't explain it. Like the
Yeah, of
more,
course.
the better
It's
you're
natural.
doing,
Yeah,
the more it will come to you. Especially with music,
Of
people
course.
will want to work with you more.
exactly.
So
It's
yeah.
extremely natural, especially when you do it on like bigger platforms. Like each artist that has a bigger platform,
Usually, I
just
give
more
myself
is gonna come.
like goals that are like achievable. Like
Mhm.
right now, I want like a goal within the next year would be able to get like a 1900 Rugrat placement. I even started posting his type of beats on YouTube, so that's like
Nice.
the YouTube grind that I'm doing on the side. I've been obsessing over the analytics. Like every 4 times a day, I'll open YouTube Studio and I'm just like, what's my retention rate,
Mm.
click through rate, everything, bro. Like you gotta be on top of that stuff. See, oh, why is this video getting 5 views? Okay, that's
Mhm.
way better beat. And why is the beat from 3 days ago have 300 now? Like what's giving that beat 300 views? So yeah, hopefully you get a 1900 Rugrat placement. That'd be pretty fire.
Is it fair to say like like that one beat that you think is better than the other beat, but it only got 5 views, and the other beat that you don't think is as good got 300? Is it fair to say like it's kind of like subjective and like the people kind of choose?
Yeah,
Well, this,
I was
you
just
know
thinking
what
about
I
it
mean?
today.
Yeah.
Music is very subjective. I'll have people reach out to me like, "Yo, I need this beat." I'm like, "You want that beat?" Like, all right, bro. All right, sure.
Yeah. I mean, so then talk about that. Like talk about because I feel like especially producers, since it is their art, it is their music. They understand what it took to make within the moment. There's probably like little things that happen. Like for example,
Mhm.
like I produced and accidentally did something on my keyboard. I'm like, that was fire. Let me record that.
Yeah,
And
bro.
it turns into
Facts.
something. So it's like you have this emotional attachment. So or how many times have you had an opportunity where someone's like, I want that beat, and you're like, you want that? Like that? Like not even my best work, bro. Like you can have this or you can have that, but like
Yo,
you know what I'm
the
saying?
song I was just telling you about,
Mhm.
that one that got like not even released yet, and I already had people like the one with the Philly guy. Like I think 100, maybe 100,000 views on Instagram and Reels. That's nothing too crazy, right? But I had a lot of people reach out to me for that, be like, "Yo, like we should work. I love your beats, bro." Or like that beat was crazy, bro. Let's log in. Or hey, just send me this beat. I don't even make music. I just want to listen to the beat by itself.
Bro, really?
I don't even think the beat's that good. I'm gonna keep it a buck. The beat was like not that good. For a while, I had saved the beat and it was the 808s were out of tune, and I had just fixed it and then sent it to the artist, and I still didn't like it too much. I'm like, it's very basic. Uh, the snares were hitting on the same thing the whole song. I'm like, yo, like very uncreative beat, but they liked it. They liked the sample. They liked how the beat sounded. I mean, I still like the beat, I guess, but like I don't think it's not my best work in my opinion. The artist did a good job on it. He made it sound like a great song, which is pretty nice, but
That's
not my
insane.
best beat. I've made better beats in my opinion.
I was just about to say, like, I think producers forget that the artist is an instrument too, bro.
Yeah,
I always think, and this is just like my personal opinion, the simpler the beat, the better, and just let the artist add whatever. Like,
Actually,
if there's more space
yeah.
on the beat, then he or she can do whatever she wants to.
I just remembered the biggest song I ever have. So I started posting like remixes on TikTok,
Mhm.
and one of them has I think 400,000 or 300,000 streams now, right?
Jesus.
Accumulating all platforms. I don't even listen to it. Like I like it when I'm making it. I think it sounds nice and melodic and cool. But like I'm not the top listener of this. I mean, except if you count the time producing it, then yeah, maybe like clicking back and forth. Like, It's the same tune, it's just not. But like it's not a genre I listen to frequently. You know, I don't listen to like hood trap remixes as a. It's not in my playlist. Actually, yeah, I'm not even in my own playlist. So that's I make it because I think it sounds nice and I enjoy making it, but mainly because other people like listening to it, and that's we have to understand that as producers. Yeah, we can have our own passions for different music styles, but what do people want to hear, right? And especially once you get involved in type beats and posting beats for content to like get people to listen and purchase from you, you got to understand your. There's a term. It's like something customer profile.
Your ideal customer profile.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta understand them. What do they want to hear? What do they like? What time? What time are they on their phone? TikTok and YouTube give you all these stats. Like, I know it sounds like, oh, this is so minimal, but like these minimal things matter. Like, what time they're on their phone. Don't forget about that. Like that you need to be looking at that the most. Your thumbnails, your titles. You really need to understand your customer. And sometimes you won't like making this type of beat in the moment. You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep posting it. And just keep on working. I mean, everything in life is like that. You know, I do beats just because I like it, and I've been like, okay, let me start working hard on it and really doing it. But there's stuff when I'm making beats I don't like. It's like, yo, why am I doing this? It's like boring. So no, I think that's something you have to accept in life. Like, there's going to be stuff no matter what that you don't like.
So you're a strong believer in what's that expression? What's the expression? We don't do what we can. No, we don't. I forgot what the expression is. Basically,
I know what you're saying though. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, you have to do these things even though you don't like it, if to get to where you want to be.
I mean, everything that I've wanted, that I've achieved, and I haven't even achieved everything that I've wanted. That's not what I'm trying to say. But like, I've had to do stuff that I don't want to get there, like that are not fun to achieve it. I think I'm not necessarily a strong believer or like, oh, that's how everything works, but like, you can't avoid it. I've just accepted that I can't avoid things that suck, and you're gonna have to do things that suck. Like, if you want to look good and get a good physique, you're gonna have to struggle in the gym for 3 months, and it's gonna suck and it's gonna hurt, and you're not gonna see a lot of progress, and it's just gonna be boring. But you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I just remembered it. It's we do what we have to now. Not what we want to. Do what we have to, not what we want to. And exactly. I think that's essential, bro. Like, but it's funny. I was actually talking to a producer. His name was David. I filmed a podcast with him. And he was talking about how he struggled with that, and he just didn't like. His theory is like it's actually messing up the quality of music that's coming out because producers are purposely choosing to make one sound and everything sounding alike because they're choosing, the analytics and the consumerism of all of it compared to like actual music, you know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, where do you draw the line for yourself, or do you not? Is it just completely blurred and you just do it no matter what?
I just make whatever I like. So with type beats, yeah, you're gonna post like the same thing again. I have a template now for type beats. I just the same sounds, post again and again. But when I'm sending beats to artists, no, I take my time. I go through my drum kits. I go through a bunch of sounds. I select here and here. I don't take too long. I'm not gonna spend like 10 years looking for sounds. But I want to make something that's different. Usually the snare will hit, similar times for this, type beats and whatever.
Yeah.
And the hi-hats but like, have some fun, I guess that's the word. Like, add some things here, add some things there, make it different. That's really what's going to get you in the best opportunities. And I make sure to do that with every beat. Even the type beats, I try and like, do something different. Like, oh, this would sound cool if I did it. And not thinking, oh no, I shouldn't do that. The consumer's not going to want to, or like the listener on YouTube is not going to hear that. Like, no, like maybe they'll actually like it. And, these subtle like changes with perks and, different effects that you can do for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, you made a good point. I mean, there's no reason why you can't do both and have a strategy for both. So have you ever tried reaching out to an artist with like personalized beats, like specifically made for them before? Or do you really? How's that process? And how is the opportunities like occur?
I just don't say it specifically for them because I feel like that's like low-key. If you glaze the artist, they don't want to work with you. Like, yo, this guy's just like, get out of here, bro. Like, what are you doing? But you just be like, yo, I made these beats. And somehow they're actually in your style, bro. That's actually crazy. Like, I would have thought that these were exactly your type beats.
Really? So you underplay it like times a million? Like
I think I underplay. I just be like, yo, I got beats for you, and then they know I have probably a beat pack that I've had.
Okay.
I do the opposite. Like, yo, I have beats for you, and it's beats that I made before I even knew who they were. It's beats that they would fit their style, right?
Yeah.
So like, hey, what do I think could grab this person's attention?
Mm.
So yeah, making beats before you text the artist is reasonable, I guess, if you really want to. But usually, if as long as you have a pack, I mean, I built or like what's the term? Like a folder of beats now that's well organized. So when I text any artist, I'm like, okay, I know what they tell me what they want, or if I already know what type of music they want, I can send it to them quickly. So it's technically for them, you know. I don't think they care, no.
I don't know. It's a good question. I can't
Unless they
really.
ask me if it's custom beats, then yeah, I'm making beats personal. They're like, yo, I made a custom beat for you. You asked for this sample. That's different, right? You're already connected with the
Of
artist.
course. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they like the beat, they
Um.
like the beat.
What was I gonna say? I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Damn, dude. I think for me personally, like, I mean, we covered everything. As
All
far as
right,
like
yeah.
what I wanted to talk about. So I just want to say, man, just tell them where they can find you, or where they can reach you if they
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to.
Instagram at Rogue Beats or RXGUE and then BEATS. It's TikTok too, SoundCloud, Spotify is Rogue Beats without the X, it's just the O. You can find me on those pages. Tap in. Let's lock in. Let's make some good music. You know.
Awesome, bro. It was nice
Yeah,
speaking
yeah.
to you, brother. That's it for today's episode of Producer Talk. If you got value from the conversation, be sure to subscribe and follow the podcast for more interviews with producers who are building real careers in the music industry. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode.